All right. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Echo Base Mission Debriefing on Gold Squadron Entertainment. I am Walker Dargo, and with me, as usual, is Jake Ream,
How's it going tonight, everybody?
and with me, as always, is Kevin Lines.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Little shout at Jake there. So
Yeah,
tonight we have a top 8 game from the Seattle Open. So we're still pre-points update. Which again, they're not even legal yet. So current points, I guess
You
can
can
say.
call it an upgrade. It was an upgrade.
Was
Yeah, he
not-
did call it an upgrade.
I did with 3Ds. This is a match between Andy Myers and Patrick S. I did go looking for Patrick's real last name. It's not very straightforward on how to pronounce it, so we're going with Patrick S.
And this was the top 8 from the Seattle System Open. Part of why we wanted to pick this game is I think we've had Andy on before. But I think this is going to become a staple, at least right away, of a strong list in the new points changes.
Yeah, especially since some of the T70 points went down.
Yes.
Because you can throw
Going to see
BB-8
a
on
lot of T70s on the table.
there. And the conversion kit for Resistance came with the ability to run 4 with 4 dials, so you don't even have to buy, multiple things like the Quad Phantom players.
Well, they deserve to have to buy multiples. So,
So we can probably go through the list quick since we've done this
Yes.
a couple times now. Andy's is really straightforward. It's just 3 reds with heroic and S foils, and Jess with S foils. And I believe he was at like 199, if I remember, at the time of these points changes.
And it's only gotten cheaper.
Yeah, 3 points cheaper. Patrick's running the 2 golds, Torrents with Mace, R4P17, which is the one that lets you take an action after doing a red, Delta, Anakin with R4 and Delta. So no regen.
But that's going to be over 200 points.
I believe that's now over 200 points, yes. Anything off the top other than my observation of no regen?
Just that Jess doesn't have a droid,
Yes.
which
she
makes
does
it a
not.
little tough on her. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some heroic,
Oh, we get to see heroic this game.
because I believe heroic is, what would you say, Kevin, the point for point best EPT?
At one point, it's arguably right up there with Crackshot,
There you
depending
go.
on the platform.
that's funny because not too long ago, I vaguely remember you saying how terrible Heroic was.
Yes, when Trickshot was 1 point, it was terrible.
Sure. Yeah. Trickshot now 4. So,
Yeah. Now, I think for its purpose, Heroic is accurately costed and is very effective on a
Well-
platform like a T70.
and it's really effective when you can run 3 or 4 of them in a list.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
All right. Well, we can probably get started and have them start setting up.
All right, well then let's go.
So
kind of looks like Patrick is going to try to flank with the Delta 7 Aether Sprites there.
There's the normal stream schedule.
Oh, did I forget to edit this out?
The S in Patrick could also mean star. This could be Patrick Star. SpongeBob reference. Let's go.
All right. So, a couple of things to note here, and we'll see. We saw Andy last time with a open of a 4 forward boost. We'll see if he does that again. And one of the things that's really important with this rock placement is, does Anakin get in a flanking position in the proper timing, right? Because
Yeah.
that's really the key to this list, is you cannot joust those 4 T70s. So clearly someone has to flank, or 2 people have to flank.
Yep.
I think he will be to avoid the joust as much as possible.
And we are seeing the 2 hard followed by a barrel roll, just a slow roll a little bit. But he kept that other one out.
He did. I wonder if it's just to try to keep a staggered.
Yeah, right. Building.
So we see the 4 forward. And the boost.
Look at my blue 1 hearts.
I think didn't one of the times when we had done another game with Andy playing, wasn't he in chat and saying that he does like the quick opening like that, the 4 forward boost? That's pretty common for
Yeah,
him.
I think so, which is correct. You and I have talked about it a couple times.
Yep.
It's definitely a droid that we don't see
Yeah, no, it's really good.
often, so let's go ahead and just read the card.
So he must have told him, I'm just going to 4 forward boost with all of them because he started moving Mace.
So it has
Yeah.
2 charges on it, non-recurring.
Okay, so we see Mace is going to take kind of the inside route. So are we going to see a 5? Oh, a 2. All right, kind of surprised that we see a slower approach from Anakin.
Mace Windu, his ability says when you perform a red maneuver, you gain force back. So now.
Well, I wonder if he's going a little bit slower with Anakin to keep that timing synced with Anakin and Mace, right? Like he did the 2 bank with Mace. So if he goes 2 forward with Anakin and boosts, Anakin can come around a little bit wider, while Mace takes kind of that center lane there.
He can, yeah, but remember on the outside, Anakin, unless he's going to go through the same hole of rocks in that middle area, it's going to take Anakin longer to get to position, you could say.
Well, with the Gold Squadrons going the wrong direction, if he wants all his guns in at one time, there's some moving parts there.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually think one more turn of 4 forward boost would be good for Andy, or he could just like 1 bank the blue and the green and then barrel roll into that middle rock formation and then swing the other guys out with 3 banks and kind of start to come in and close off the area.
Yeah.
Since it's unlikely that there's going to be shots next turn, like I highly doubt Mace is going to want to get in there, especially with the Torrents facing the opposite direction, and Anakin probably not being able to come in and do anything about it.
I mean, did we see Mace ever pilot in the movies? He could just be
Nope.
garbage.
He could be.
He just yells Leroy Jenkins and runs right in.
This is top 8, so you'd think that he probably wouldn't do that.
He was saving it for the stream.
I
Do it
mean,
for the stream.
if there's ever a time to Leroy Jenkins, it's on stream.
That was your miss at Worlds, Kevin. And you knew it was
I
lost.
guess.
You should just Leroy Jenkins right into there.
I'm actually
Could have been a
surprised
legend.
that he does the evade and he doesn't barrel backwards to then continue the 2 harder on the rock.
4 forward boost the opening turn. Wouldn't be surprised to see
I
another
do like the 4 forward again.
And probably a turn boost.
Probably.
The old bank boost.
A turn boost.
Turn
Is
boost,
that,
bank boost, curved. Curves a little to the left. But
Okay,
he's not.
so,
He's focusing.
so Andy does the old, I don't believe you, I'm going to focus and you're not going to shoot at me.
simply applies to what's on your pilot card.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to throw Mace in there.
No, no.
Seems like a bad choice.
I mean, it would be a really ballsy decision if he did.
It would
And
be.
It would potentially pay off for him, but
But would it pay off for him though? Like, if you go really fast with Mace and you're gonna get what, maybe this?
1 shot.
Yeah, you're gonna get 1 shot, range 3 at max swing. You maybe
You maybe
get
plink
a shield,
Maybe.
but not. I don't think that's worth it in the long run.
No,
for
probably
the
not.
bad positioning that you would have with Mace.
Yes.
The largest group he ever does. Here's your opportunity. Go ahead and support him, which supports us, and gets you cool stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about here.
So the 5 forward boost,
This is really smart.
That's aggressive,
You're doing
but it's giving
placing him in a pretty good position.
If Mace is able to come around
Still kind of an issue that the Torrents aren't ready to engage yet.
this way, but gets a wide flank, right? The pincer. That means Patrick's
And this is kind of what I was talking about, though. See how Mace has kind of gotten there 1 turn at least early?
Mhm.
what I would have
Like the torrents are not a threat at all, and they won't be for at least 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Mace is threatening now, so the only threat Andy needs to really deal with or respond to is Mace. Because Anakin's at least 1 to 2 turns out as well.
I'm not sure how far that was into Rick or how much that was into John.
And I think Andy catches a lot of people that aren't right away assertive with their flanking of aces. He'll catch people like this where they're like, oh, my aces aren't really in position where they need to be, which really helps Andy.
Well, and you just, I mean, if you're really a good pilot, you don't have to always, you can always find the exceptions to the rules. But yeah, the goal is usually to get as many guns as possible shooting at the same time on the same target, and that's going to be, just right away. If they weren't going to go that slow, it's going to be tough to get those torrents caught up with those two.
So Patrick here has to make the decision with Mace. Does he want to be aggressive at all here or not? Because Andy is likely to flip around or do 2 hards or a mix of 2 hards and flips. And Mace is probably taking at least 2 shots if he wants to actually get a shot in. Or does Mace do a disengage? And I think given the board state right now, Mace should not engage and he should just go like 4 or 5 forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 or 4 forward is probably a really good move here because he's going to see what Andy does and Mace is for sure safe there. And then this has now allowed Mace to take on the flank position and he'll be able to respond to what Andy does. And buy your torrents another turn to at least kind of get in position. And I get that he's hiding the torrents. That makes sense because they're just going to get vaporized by those T-70s.
Right. And Andy's squad is a jousting squad, and Patrick's squad is a positioning squad. So in order to even the odds on that, you have to make sure
So he's coming around.
you have superior positioning, right? And so in that sort of situation, you don't want to be undercutting lanes when you've got a pincer. You want to keep going.
So maybe next turn they'll be in the game.
That means he's
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of feel a little bit of a,
and these guys turn in.
like they're doing the dance right now, trying to say, what are you going to do? What am I going to do?
Yep.
There's not a lot of room for
And we see a little bit with the telestration, like they were talking about. Does Andy do a flip? Does he hard turn in? Does Mace come in the inside or the outside?
Does Andy have all his templates? There's a lot of questions we can ask. We know he's got a 4 forward template and
Yes.
a 1 forward template.
Yes. So he has a couple straight maneuvers, it looks like.
Right. It's like a guy that goes golfing and he's just brought 3 clubs. Likes to make a challenge for himself.
With 12 red dice, I think you could probably get by with the 4 forward and 1 forward template only.
Yep. And this is why Mace shouldn't engage.
Right.
And he doesn't, which is good.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Right. But I question this, though.
oh yeah,
Like, he
because
does the
next turn
sweep.
he's going to be pretty close. I mean, it's not really.
Well, in next turn, his options are really limited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because not only is Mace ending where Anakin kind of was going, but if Mace wants to clear stress and not just go right into the T-70s, he's leading Andy's entire list into the torrents. And then Andy can just point everything at the torrents and he'll shoot something.
And that's points.
Yes.
So yeah.
So, like, I get it, the caginess. Like, I think he was thinking maybe Andy would just hard 2 in. But let's say Andy did, like, 2 or 3 hards or banks instead. Mace still doesn't have a shot, and he's still kind of in the same place that he's at now.
Right. Yeah, his
And I-
positioning is still subpar.
Yep. And what I really don't like is there's still no flanker. Like, there's no actual announced flanker because it's probably not going to be a Mace, and Anakin is still not where he needs to be.
The only trouble, though, is with Andy's positioning, keeping those T-70s in formation. If he would have went fast with Mace and had kind of pulled him down to what is Andy's right table corner, then you're kind of leaving Mace out to dry, right? Because then if Andy just decides, okay, I'm going to charge those T-70s forward again and go back to his own table edge, Like,
Well, if you were to like do a 4 forward last turn instead, Mace is the bait. He's not actually going to turn in. And then if he needs to turn around the next turn, he can 2 sloop and he's back in it.
yeah,
But
I
yes.
suppose.
Yep.
All right, so the torrents are starting to come in,
Not be surprised to see this torrent barrel roll this way. He's gonna,
which I mean they can't go very fast.
you wanna
So
push the torrent
um,
this way because
this is the big decision, which I think seems pretty obvious. You know, Andy does the 1 bank in,
want-
doesn't have to really pick a direction because he knows that there's probably no shots this turn. So takes the smart approach of just not declaring an angle and clearing stress.
Mhm. Well, and that's the benefit of those T70s, right? Is you can do that. Just point your arcs in the direction. Say, okay, come into my net. You're going to be sad.
Yep.
Well, and if you get a bunch of shots on Mace and you can get him to spend more than 1 force, he's then playing catch up with force
Mhm.
because he can only regen 1 at a time. So luckily he didn't come in.
So we see the clear stress here from Mace, and this is kind of what I was talking about, right? So Mace is literally right next to the torrent, and if he wants to shoot, and he knows exactly where he's going to be.
Doing something like 4 straight boosts, which, seeing Andy play, he lacks himself some 4 straight boosts.
And Andy can just continue to bank in towards the torrents, and he knows he'll have a target.
Right. Yep.
The reason I like Patrick, what he was doing on his setup, is because he gave himself the flexibility with Mace. If there wasn't a K turn from Andy,
Because one of the things that you really want to focus on is try not to, especially against a jousty list like this, you need to try to spread out so that you don't just give them whatever targets they want. And it looks like right here he attempted to boost right and failed.
Oh, got it. Okay. With that much heat,
So, I mean, I know we might have some shots here, but for next turn with Andy, do you do all 1 banks again to kind of give yourself a wider net, or do you go a little faster and try to?
I think you go faster so the rear also gets shots. Like I think you 3 bank the rear guys, 2 bank the front guys.
Well, and then your shots you're getting are better shots too.
Yes.
Setting up the flank.
Yep.
Or even
And another thing right here too. So Anakin's kind of on a good angle,
if Andy's like, well,
but
okay, I can get
they're all, you know, if you look at the board, right, all his ships are kind of right next to each other.
I mean, more or less, yeah. Andy just needs to go in a direction, pick a single direction with all 4 of his T70s, and yeah, he's going to get shots.
Yep.
The way Patrick
So, yeah.
clears those tokens, I'm pretty sure he's played some games that involve chips. Just waiting for like a. He clears things off. It's a pretty nice skill. I'm just saying.
So yeah, I'm thinking Andy's going to come in here with 3 banks and 2 banks, because I think unless the torrent does a 4 forward, he cannot block Andy's 2 banks from the front, from the blue and the green.
right, and you want to make sure all 4 have shots.
And I mean, you could just play it kind of safe and just hard 1 or a mace, and just take a focus and kind of sit behind that rock to be protected against the back row. And maybe just move your torrents forward and offer them up because they are the filler.
Losing that die is big.
Yeah, but that's kind of a tough pill to swallow. Like just losing a torrent.
I mean, it's better than losing mace.
Well, okay, yes, it is.
Well, the tough part you have though is like
Whatever is
just the position he's in right now, right?
Mhm.
You're trying to make the best of the position you're in.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Because it's highly unlikely that with Mace and Anakin that you kill a T70 before it shoots. So
Right.
yeah, all 4 are probably going to shoot at something.
exactly, and that's
And like you could even
what are they going to give to me?
do like a
What are they going to give?
2 forward from the front torrent and like a 2 bank from the one on the outside on the right, and then probably fit a hard 1 so you don't block Mace. And then you have to also be careful because do you think they're going to go in on Anakin? I mean, my guess is unlikely here because Andy knows he has a for sure target if he turns to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
So with that move, and barrel rolling back.
Oh.
Yep.
So
Hey Andy, how's it going tonight? Andy Myers just joined us in Twitch chat.
That's probably going to be out of range, just short.
Wouldn't be surprised. We might see a focus from this torrent, but I would actually barrel roll with the torrent because if you barrel roll this way, next turn you can bank. Oh well, I guess.
So he's going to do the 1 forward barrel roll evade with both of them, which I'm kind of surprised. I think here you kind of just
Nothing wrong with
take a
keeping the mouse
focus
tight.
and not stress.
All right,
And
Alright,
two,
so
so split the
there's the
difference.
two
We're
banks.
gonna have
Yep.
some action
Two
here.
banks, yep.
All right, we're gonna close down the poll. Looks like we're sitting at 50.
So I think he'll get shots with all of them. They'll all be rolling dice this turn.
He will. So here's another reason why I mentioned too of not taking the evades and stressing yourself. So A, it's better to just not be stressed on the approach like this. But B, you kind of want to offer the decision to shoot at the torrents because you'd much rather him shoot at them than Mace. And if you have an evade token and 2 agility, you're kind of saying don't really shoot me, and you're less of a threat because you probably are going to maybe do 1 or less damage. Or if you had a focus, you're kind of threatening damage. So you almost want to give your opponent the illusion of the decision to choose what target to shoot.
But I also don't think Andy is going to be like, oh, I better save my focus in case a torrent shoots me.
No, he won't. But at least if he does shoot at Mace, well, suddenly you can now unload with your torrents because they had focuses.
Right.
Yep.
So he does the 5k and uses the droid to get the boost. Okay. I mean, I feel like you could have just one-hearted and not been stressed and basically accomplished the same thing. And
Yeah,
then
but
had
why
the
take the
ability
droid if
to-
you're not going to use it? It's like Leia. Everyone needs to red turn this turn.
Sure.
I think if you would have done the 1 turn with Mace, you're also in a better position to escape the next turn.
Correct. That's the biggest thing. Yes.
Right. Because now your options with Mace are remain stressed and do a 1 turn to the ship right, or charge headlong into those T-70s that might just go 1 forward, and then
One
if
right.
Mace gets blocked by one of the lead ones, like, good luck.
So Anakin has to be kind of careful here. Does like a 1 bank or a 2 bank, and then fine tune and then takes a target lock.
Nudge with pink. That's important too. He's got to keep his guys in formation as much as possible.
So looks like he's going to focus his fire on green.
That's gonna matter. Well, I mean, we can't. There's nothing we can do about that.
And does Andy just try to take out a
Anakin's also
Gold
now
Squadron?
locked into, he won't be able to
I think
allow-
since he has all his shots on a gold, you shoot at the gold and you just wait on Mace. But he could
Sure.
take the front row at Mace and the back row at the torrent.
Well,
Just
I mean, what do you
depends.
do? You start with the back row and then
Yes.
see if you need the front row, and if you can get rid of the Gold Squadron, and still have a ship left. At least that one has options.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
That would be the correct approach. Start with the back, go towards the front.
Anakin Skywalker.
All right, so we should be seeing Anakin taking his lock shot next.
Dankakin.
D for Darth. Darth Vader. Here we go.
Did he just give that T-70 the D?
Range 3 is gonna be
He
3
gave it the
on
D.
3.
There we
He
go.
did.
Has 2 force available on the shot.
Oof.
And debate.
So if you're committed on spending the force,
Does a lock on
just spend the
That's the correct
lock
So
on
no
the
lock.
blank. But
Yikes.
you can reroll all of them.
Oh, no heroic
Ouch.
Anakin.
Okay,
Feels bad, man.
it's not a good start.
Andy likes
I think if I were the Anakin player there, I'd just spend the 2 force and reroll the 1 blank. But all right.
Yeah.
So
He was
Mace,
trying to be conservative with this.
he was, but Anakin's not threatened right now, so you can spend it.
Right.
Or 2 force.
I'm
Oh, no, 3
assuming Mace is shooting at the green as well.
I think so.
Only 1 hit. Ugh.
Yeah, so he's firing into green there. Oh, tough call. I think you take
Do you take the shield?
I think
Yeah,
so.
take the shield.
that bomb.
Yep.
Green's got a really good shot.
Yeah, he's your
Real nice, Dion.
best guy, guaranteed range 2.
Sure they do, yeah. I've seen a lot of
Yep. He's also the one next turn that's in the least amount of danger.
Right.
It's like they even out. We've seen
Yeah,
good stuff and bad
absolutely.
stuff.
So now Andy has to figure out who he's shooting. So he's activating purple, and we'll go rear to front. So he knows he can't shoot with the back row at Mace.
Good job, Andy.
And I think we're going a judge check. That is the D.
Judge D.
I think so.
He thinks that he should have a range 3. He's just double
Yep,
checking.
that's D.
They're just checking range 3 to the torrent in the front, right?
He's saying don't knock 'em all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Okay, so
like
that's a
it's
range 3
in.
shot, and that means all 4 of these shots will probably be going into orange.
Yeah.
And if he can initiative kill orange there, that's
Um,
great trade.
Mace is stressed because
Oh.
he did a 5K and
Give it
then
and taketh away.
what he used his droid to boost. So
Yep.
He's not. He's gonna take 2. I think he might
So
survive
3
this.
damage and 2. So 1
So he
evade,
rolled
so
1
2 go
evade.
in.
I'm surprised why you don't spend the
Don't forget he has a
evade
Jess
there.
reroll as well.
Like,
Because he's getting more shots. But yeah, I guess you're 1's the
Helps.
most you can ever take care of. So
yeah.
Orange, spend for a hit crit,
All right.
and he might.
So now yellow is shooting at the same target.
ooh, he just turned that one to a crit. That'd be cool if that worked that way.
No matter what, he's taking a crit.
Yep. So spend the evade, take a crit.
Yep.
And I suppose that's one of those fringe cases where if he had rolled 1, he would have avoided a crit with the.
He doesn't have any modifiers anyway.
token.
It's honestly not a big deal.
Yeah.
Take a look at the strategy here. When you have all ships at the same initiative, start with the back.
Yeah.
Because if he ends up killing this torrent with blue,
He's got more
he's
options.
got a really good
for-
shot with green on the next one.
Yep.
So 2 health left on that torrent.
When you have ships at the same initiative, you always want to take the shots on the ship that has fewer options.
Now Andy's
Yeah.
trying to
And
figure
work your
out,
way towards the ships that have more options.
do I shoot at Mace or do I shoot at the torrent?
Torrent.
Yeah, I think you just kill the ship,
Like,
which I
green is
think he's
going
doing
for
that.
Jess.
All right.
So 2.
Just
I
a
picked up
heavier
2
hitter.
Oh, that's a
dice,
dead
so
torrent.
yeah.
2 and there's the torrent's gone.
That was really rough. He didn't roll a lot of evades with that torrent.
Yep,
Those
torrent's
Patrick's
dead.
Dice below the median or the mean, the average.
Hold on a second. He actually forgot to roll a 3rd dice on range 3.
Oh. Thanks, chat.
Now the blue is shooting.
Or Dion's yelling at him because it was range 3 and they didn't roll a dice.
That's right, I could turn the sound on.
So he's re-rolling that 3rd dice. So we take away damage.
Ah, so he's alive.
So he's alive again.
Back from the dead,
Well, I guess blue has an easy decision now.
right?
That Gold Squadron trooper, his name is Tell. So there's your crit.
They corrected the game state.
And
just
the Jess
reroll. So 2.
Any buddies as he has range 1, he can reroll his dice.
And now he's dead. But
Now it dies.
it did save
That extra die mattered in the sense
a
that
shot on someone
Take-
else.
had to
Yeah,
waste
it saved a shot
to
on
finish
either
it
the other
out.
torrent or Mace.
Mm-hmm.
Which, those torrents are only 25 points, right? So
So now the 1 torrent will take a shot with no mod.
Green, see if we can maybe lay on a couple more damage. 1.
1.
2 dice.
1
So,
evade.
let's talk
So
about what happened here. Andy
traded a shield for a torrent.
shield on his T-70s.
Yep.
For a Gold
Hmm.
Squadron trooper.
I think I'll take that deal.
good trade.
That is
I think
a
so.
pretty decent
Because that means he can take 1 more shield and get another torrent off.
and positioning-wise,
So
Patrick has to be
if you're Mace here,
Yes.
lots of options
man,
with where
I don't know what good options you have.
For Patrick's sake,
I mean, do you just...
done a little bit more damage to one of these
I think you hard turn away because
out of his
they're
hands.
4King, aren't they?
And Anakin
So he has a choice. He could 4K with like the blue.
shot did nothing.
The back row for sure won't.
But it gives him hard choices because he really doesn't.
Yeah, so
have
4K
anything
with Jess.
obvious that he's trying to take
He
out.
could
One
4K with
shield
Jess.
isn't,
He
isn't
can't
enough for
4K
me
with
to
green
got
because
that
I
much
think that
advantage.
hits that lands you on the rock.
stress off if he wants to get his
So the
game
question becomes, is Andy going to start to K turn and flip the group and kind of separate, or is he just going to keep them all together and just 1 forward?
Yeah, Anakin not doing any damage there.
Or is he going to split off yellow and pink to the left to keep Anakin honest? I think here
Patrick's got to be careful here.
you probably just go for Mace, right? As Andy, you just trust that Mace is in a really bad spot.
I think you
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think you worry about Anakin because I don't think you're going to get him.
5 points, 'cause if you leave that,
No.
that torrent out there, Andy's just gonna gobble it
And
up.
you've got to
Alright,
think
now
that
we have
Torrent's
50.
probably going to bank in and try to block.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. But again, like, what could Patrick
So do you
do
Talon roll
with
green
no matter what
to the
Jordan
right?
has shots?
Right.
And,
Since you probably
the way
can't
the torrent moves
4K
first, so if
the
I'm-
green?
if I'm
So you
Patrick,
have a choice. I think
that torrent
knowing the
is
torrent's coming in, I think you just two bank in, or two bank in the green to the left to block the two forward of Mace, and then the rest of them you just one forward. Or you could just, I mean, if you one forward, you
Yeah.
bump. He probably doesn't die still, but it depends if you want to block the two forward or not.
Yeah.
All four of those ships together, it's like you got a space battering ram.
And then you probably see Anakin come in with like a two forward, see what happens, and then respond.
Yeah.
When there's a benefit to the formation, right? Let's say
But now if Mace had the R4 astromech instead of Anakin, then he could just like one hard out, barrel roll boost, and be safe, and you're not in a bad position.
Other than he's stressed.
Well, if he had the R4, he'd clear stress, but yes.
Oh, yeah. Not on a one turn. Right?
Yeah, it reduces the difficulty of all 1 and
okay.
2 maneuvers, which
Oh,
would
it's
make
one
it
and
white
twos.
to blue.
Okay. Jeez.
It's good.
That seems pretty good.
But yeah, I'm not sure what else that Mace can do. Because if you just go fast and you slam into them, like maybe you 5 forward and keep the stress and hope that you can fit in between Jess and the pink.
Mm-hmm. And like you slam into pink.
Yeah, like maybe you slam into pink if you can maybe hop over the blue or hop over Jess. But I think the worst thing you can do would probably be just do like a 2 or a 3 forward, right? And try to clear stress.
Yeah.
We're all very self-aware of what that sounds like. So the other thing about these torrents is they're only worth 25 points. So you can kill both these torrents, but if you lose Jess, you're behind.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I mean, you can slam into pink all you want, but if you lose Jess, it's not going to be great.
Right. And I think here you just do that and take a focus, right?
So there's your 4K.
I still think the 4K hits the rock.
But on the blue, it's blocking Jess's 4K.
Oh, sure. But I guess you're kind of okay with that?
I mean, you don't want to be stressed, but Andy, of course, is Zen Master, just comes in and like he knew what was happening the whole time.
Yeah, so he does the safe maneuver and keeps them all together and just does 1 forwards. Also not bad.
I have friends. Yeah, you do. All right,
I wonder if we see him bank the pink red squad. No, just
Nope,
keep
they're
them.
all 1 forwarding, it looks like.
One
Yeah,
forward.
like just as he moved blue forward, I kind of saw that. Like, oh, if you would bank pink to the left, that would kind of cover the Anakin flank
It would.
and at least keep Anakin honest. But
Yep. Whereas right now, if Anakin does a 2 forward, he can do whatever he wants.
But also, it's kind of tough to. I mean, that's kind of the trap with Anakin, though, is where you're like, ooh, I'll get 2 ships out to the side to kind of catch Anakin, and you do nothing to him, and then those 2 ships.
Well, I
It's
think
like
that's the
chasing
trap with
Soontir, it's
Anakin
tough.
if he has regen. But
Sure.
this Anakin does not have regen.
yeah, I meant it more as just to keep.
How you
Anakin
like that
honest.
with Mace?
So he does the 3 forward and fits.
It looks like he's still in that arc.
Oh yeah, he's for sure in arcs.
This Mace is gonna get chucked out a window.
Yeah. By lightning or just in general?
I think there's just too many snakes on his plane.
So I think here's the Mace player. You just take a target lock and you just say, peace, Mace. You're going to die, but maybe you can get some damage out before you die.
And Patrick asked, they have
Yeah, range 1 target lock shot against Jess would be really nice.
Yeah. Well, and I think he's in Arc of Green too, right? Like he's in Arc of all 4 ships.
Yeah, no. I'm saying Mace shooting. Like if you're gonna pick one to do damage to, like do damage to Jess.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Like take the target lock on Jess, roll 4 dice.
Just for the record, I think a 5 forward would have fit right over the top of Jess, just barely, because he did a 3 forward. So if he was 2 more bases forward, he would have landed right in front of pink.
I mean, he's full force here. You try to make sure you have
I think.
But here's my question: does Jess survive range 1 shots from Anakin and? Maybe we'll see this range 1 from Anakin, but Anakin and Mace.
With 2 dice and a reroll and a focus, she should.
Sure.
Like it's unlikely that she dies.
Here, he's in a good spot to do that.
All right, here
What did Mace
comes
take for an
Andy.
action?
He's gonna
Must have
to
target locked because he put a target lock
go
out.
forward
He has a
to-
target lock on top of her focus token.
Okay.
but,
It's just on the other side of that rock.
I absolutely think that you just lock and barrel roll.
Yep.
Yep, and you don't care that he's in arc.
Yep. I like this barrel roll and lock. So he's all gonna go in on Jess.
Hmm.
Sure.
And if you don't kill the torrent, that's another shot on Jess.
Right. And you kind of offer Andy another shot, like, hey, shoot at this Anakin that's right here.
Yeah. Well, the
Not
other thing
Mace.
is, with Mace right there, and you don't shoot at the torrent, you're also saying, I want Jess to take a third shot.
That is Jess Pava.
Yep.
The most expensive of the
Yeah,
C70X.
absolutely. Gonna
All
try
right,
to take
here we
her
go.
out.
Anakin trying again. 4 dice.
Anakin.
That is what he's looking
Seems good.
for.
He's okay with that.
Yep.
Not having to spend too much
And
of that force.
Jess.
One evade.
I mean, you can't really ask for much better than that.
To reroll once per turn.
Take 3 shields or reroll 1. Yeah, I like to take the shields.
Yeah.
You still have a focus. You still have the reroll against Mace.
So here comes Mace.
And Jess also doesn't have heroic. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay.
No crits.
Seems good.
Dice will
Spend the
come and go.
force.
Conservative focus defense. Taking the lock.
To the
Oh, he's gonna
lock
spend the
and
lock.
4.
Out.
Because he wants
Oh.
that force for defense.
He blanks out.
I get it. A little
That's
ballsy.
Definitely 4. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
All right, so
There's
4.
again.
So
Take 3, would leave her at 1.
she would have 1 health left if she takes all this.
Or save it for offense. For
Which
one.
I
means
think you save it for offense and just take the 3 hull, right?
And you hope that the Gold Squadron doesn't get you.
You go down that.
Well, you're half points no matter what.
Yeah,
Right,
but
and
you're
that's
full
why I
of the Gold Squadron gets you.
I think,
Right.
I think he's just gonna save it.
He's taking it.
Yeah.
Well, and Jess gets a fire.
I mean, that's. But I'm more talking about your target priority. Do you go after Mace or do you go after that Gold Squadron?
Right shot.
No, you go after Mace.
Right, because you play the long game, not just for this turn.
For if you traded Mace and a torrent,
Yeah, you're not scared of that torrent, whereas Mace can be a pain.
pretty okay.
Yeah, and like most
Yes.
aces, if they make a mistake, that's your chance to punish them.
Takes all 3.
Right, and
Because
Mace
they
with the
won't do
droid
it
is in a
again.
really good position to do a K-turn this next turn if he survives,
Yep.
and then have mods. All right, so
Here's green.
The
Range
green
one,
shooting
off that
first?
Back corner.
Or they're gonna have a judge just check it.
yeah, looks like Judge is coming in to verify the shot from green.
Yeah, just to make sure that there's arc.
Go to sky cam.
And this makes sense,
Turn with green.
since he doesn't know for sure.
Shot, 'cause if not, you just pop into that torrent.
Again, echo-based stocking caps.
Yeah, definitely.
Big ion cannon right on the back.
Yes.
Just anything, yeah.
Shot.
I do like that. Make it. We can use an ion cannon as the O in Echo.
Only has a focus.
This is an on-air
Oh.
production meeting.
2 hits and a crit.
Gonna do that tonight.
All right, so 2 hits and a crit.
Takes 2 shields.
All right.
Okay, so he's still at full health. So then you shoot with yellow. Yep.
7, also range
I
1.
think he lost 2
Is this
shields.
range 1 as
No,
well?
Mace loses 2 shields there.
Yep,
That's a focus.
Excuse me, focus. Sorry.
and now he'll lose another one.
All right.
Yeah.
2 evades, so above average.
Yep, so Mace is at half.
Pink has a range 2 on Mace.
There's a small chance he lives. Small, because he's got to be at like what, 2 force left?
Well, I don't think he needed force.
Range 2.
No, he has 2 force left, I think.
Yep.
I think so.
Oh,
as
there we
well.
go. Cold,
Fans again. 2
colder
Hey,
dice.
hey, Walker,
So there's 2.
Andy says that he would absolutely rep an Echo base hat.
All right, we'll look into it.
Yep.
All right.
All
So
right,
now
Mace-
it's almost guaranteed that Mace is going to die to Jess.
That's a dead Mace.
Whew.
Oh,
Focus and doesn't have to
Yep.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yep. Doesn't
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to spend it because he's going to die for sure.
right.
Oh, so he's not gonna
Yeah, he's
spend
Save it for
Oh, I thought
defense.
that was
Yep.
a blank there. So he's gonna save
Yeah.
the focus for defense against.
For a moment there, Andy wanted to spend it. He's just like, yes, 4 hits, mate.
Yeah, your natural reaction. Yep. And it's like, wait, math.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
right.
I don't need to do that because I
All the
got above
damage.
2.
And ends.
All right, so Mace goes down.
Mace gets
And now
Out the
the
window.
now we see maybe Jess goes down.
It's possible.
Hmm. I mean the Gold Squadrons don't hit hard, so
No, and with reroll and focus.
Shot.
yeah, that's true. Forgot that we still focus now. So
Two.
Oh, does he get to add a red?
Trying-
Just
and
2. Oh, so it must be range 2.
still
Okay.
got the droid, but
Right.
he's
spend that focus.
Spend the focus,
Jess
you're
still
fine.
lives. Wow, Andy,
Yep.
really great flying here with these 4T7.
That was a good round for Andy.
This is
That
one
was a
of those
really good
situations
round for
where
Andy.
you see a lot of
Actually,
Yeah.
that's 2 good rounds for Andy.
a lot of
Yep. Okay, so
They know how to deal with it.
the torrent is stressed, so it's probably what, one banking to the left? It's ship left.
Yep.
Not a lot of options for it. Is your best move here a sloop with Anakin?
I
mean,
think it is.
That was the space you were going to put Mace, so he's not going there anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it is. I think that is the best spot for Anakin.
And then Jess, you just 4-forward boogie.
Right.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Like this squad right here.
Well, especially that it's
I mean, I would maybe be tempted to 4K Jess, 4K the pink T-70 behind her, but
Well, the pink's probably
Unfortunately.
going to get blocked if he tries to do a 4K, though, right? 'Cause
Right,
the torrent.
right.
I could see a 4K with Jess as long as you're not worried about Anakin taking a pot shot and taking her off.
Mhm.
This is significantly.
And then,
But it's probably just safer to do like a 4-forward boost, right?
I mean, yes, that is the safe bet is to just run Jess away now.
And chat's asking Anakin, sloop left or right?
Oh, ship right.
Ship right.
Yeah.
Go
So then
directly
it-
behind pink.
Yep.
And then the best move for green is probably Talon roll, right?
I think so. Yes.
To the
And
ship right.
I would even consider either 4K or Talon roll with yellow as well.
Mm-hmm. I think 4K
So
with
I
yellow would
wonder-
work.
I wonder though if you just bring in pink and yellow forward to kill the torrent.
Yeah. And then if you 4K Jess, that's another ship that gets a shot if Anakin doesn't.
Right? Yeah, like you just one bank the yellow maybe, and then one forward the pink. Talon roll the green, 4-forward Jess.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it say about Anakin that I still in my head don't have a firm well, then Anakin's for sure in trouble. You know, even if that torrent was gone this round, Anakin versus the four of them, I'm still yeah, Anakin can pull that off.
He could if he had regen for sure.
Right.
The problem is
With-
that Andy would be up so many points, and the amount of time left.
Sure.
Like, in an infinite game, yes, Anakin can take that off. Like, he can pull that
Well,
out. But
So let's look at the win condition, right? So if he kills Jess, that's another 26 points, so he's at 52. He basically has to kill Jess plus another X-Wing just to get to 92-ish.
right,
I'd put him right around 100.
That would
little
be
over
101.
101.
a little over
Yeah.
100. And that would assume that he doesn't give any more points on the torrent.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he can kill Jess and get half on all the other ones, he's sitting good.
Right. So Andy's best position is just to run Jess so he preserves points.
Yep.
And then try to just get rid of the gold and put pressure on Anakin.
Yep. And I think the best way to do that is like you said, yellow, pink go forward, deal with the gold, green turns around, and Jess gets out.
Yep, I think so.
You could even 3 bank and then boost Jess instead of 4 forward, but
Yeah, you could. You
3
could 3 bank left. Yeah.
Yep. That would just Jess could maybe then come around that rock the following turn if you
Use his
needed her to.
protection.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Well,
we go.
protection, and you could, if you don't get rid of the gold this turn, then Jess could be coming back around on a flank to
To
get
kill it.
gold. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I've gotten so used to Dion's normal angle that when we're up top that long, it really kind of throws me off a little bit. Even though it's a better angle, it's
Yeah.
just gets me. So
So
there's
we see-
there's your Talon roll.
Yep, I like this a lot.
All 4 of them doing Talon rolls to the right is unblockable.
Sure. Can I get a top down for this one, Dion?
And here we are.
All right, yes. Here's the superior view for this.
She's getting out.
So Andy elects
4
4
forward, which
forward.
I think is a smart move here. Maximize the distance between Anakin and Jess.
And this is that next level, like we said about last time, him wanting to spend that focus just for the damage. You want to turn around to get your shot, but you got to kind of remove yourself away from that instant feel and realize that the best option is to just push out of
Yep.
there to save your points.
Yep,
Yep.
because right now Andy's playing not to lose the game because he's ahead.
Because he's already won it in a way
Yes.
if he doesn't
He has
squander.
his win condition. Yep.
Yep.
But that just shows the prowess of Andy, right? He's thinking about that condition
Yep.
There it is.
And
It's
playing
that
towards
beard.
it, so.
That blocks the one or
I
the
really
two
like
that
this
go
one
over
forward.
there. Even the hard turns.
Assuming he still has an arc on the torrent, I think.
And, you know,
Yep, and there Andy said in chat, if it was a casual game, he'd have 4K'd for the fun.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
These deltas are really good in getting into those tight spots and arc dodging.
So this one forward is good here, because then the pink could do a K turn next turn if it needs to,
Mhm.
and it's gonna have a really good shot onto the torrent.
Just getting more and more rounds in.
I'll say, I think Andy tried to block that maneuver with a focus token.
No doubt about that.
Good job, Andy.
And
Strong.
he does go left.
Oh, he does a 3 bank.
Yeah, he's banking though, because
Really?
the
Oh.
Aetherspite's sloop is a 2-speed.
Oh.
Any kind of trap or blocker situation. I was
Yeah, but a 2 sloop would have cleared.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe absolutely that it would have.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why he did the 3 bank. Huh.
Anakin absolutely could boost left and get a shot on green.
Trade shots with one of the
I think
T70s.
maybe not. Maybe that arc doesn't swing enough around there.
I think it does.
So boost to get a shot, it looks like.
That is close.
And then
But I think he'll still.
Oh, he's got it.
He can move
then
as
target
long
lock as your action, or
I think
focus?
he still has 2 force left, so I think you just target lock.
No. Anakin is down to 1 force.
He's down to 1 force. Okay.
Yeah.
Drops
Boy,
the
yeah,
focus
you
there.
probably just focus
Looking
then.
to be more
Mhm.
defensive here. Needs to protect those half points
Yeah, and his
on
force.
Anakin.
We're getting an
And is that what this play is? This long play for Anakin to get a shot on Jess? Like, go fast the next turn and try to...
Yeah, that
Pick
could
her off.
be.
just clips the side there.
That could be the play here, but I feel like you still have 20 some minutes left, right? You don't have to force
Right.
that. Just at
At
1 health.
range 2. Here we go. We're entering
Well, yeah,
the
because
engagement
Jess can
phase.
3 turn to the left, boost again. Like
Gonna go ahead and
you
set
still
up
have
force for 2,
some room there with
No force on Anakin.
and that's
for
gonna be
Jess
2.
to get away.
So 2 shields off
Chipping
green.
away.
Okay, so
Right.
Yeah, Anakin
2
is completely
shields.
force starved.
And I'm still used to playing T65s that I was like, oh, it's half... Oh, not half points. T70s have that little bit of... Which is
Yeah.
nice.
It's noticeable. So checking yellow's arc.
Looks like no shot.
I think you're right.
It looked
That
like
torrent will survive.
the
He had a
judge
pretty nice shot.
said no.
Well, Pink's also sitting
Or
on
was
his
that
face, so
Patrick?
That's what I'm saying.
Pink range 1.
2 crits and spends a focus.
One shield on Anakin.
Oh, this was the shot at Anakin. Okay.
So Anakin loses his shield.
Pink
Yep.
taking a really nice range 1 shot.
Pretty good shot from Green.
And this is pink on the torrent.
Not even a discussion on the focus.
And
2.
takes 2.
No heroic for that torrent.
No.
So not at half though.
No,
That's important.
not at half.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean.
So then range 1 back at the pink.
Torrent
Seems good.
There
made
you
up
go.
there a little
Hit,
bit.
hit, crit on the torrent.
Natties.
Natties.
So 1 shield into pink. Now Anakin's in a pretty precarious situation because these guys have
Okay.
space to
So
potentially, like, you have
pink
Oh.
could K turn.
these with green to get away from shots.
And Jess has to just do a 3 turn away, right? Just to get away
I think
from
Jess has
Anakin.
to, yeah, 3 hard boost away.
Yeah. Because Anakin has a target lock too.
So
Yeah.
pink could either K turn or hard turn right,
It's really tough for me.
and then yellow could either hard turn or bank right to if he pursues Jess.
For his bait.
I think I like the hard turn better though.
1 bank here. 1 bank.
A hard turn on which, pink or yellow?
From yellow to the right, to the ship right, because
I think-
you
I think
one
the-
bank green to the left to
Yeah.
hopefully put pressure on Anakin or
Yeah.
cause issues.
Can't be spending force on evades either.
Right. If he had more force, he had the
Or I mean, I
So I was thinking green does a 1 bank to the right, the ship right. Yellow does 1 bank ship right, which pursues Anakin, right? So green goes after the gold, yellow switches to Anakin, and then
I think 1 forward green.
pink could either 4K to help green on the gold, or do
well,
like
so the only
a
problem
two-turn.
is green is 1 damage away from half points.
Mhm.
So if Anakin decides to not pursue Jess and just shoot at the green, Like, he could sloop.
He could.
etc. etc.
Sure.
He could K turn. I don't think he'd K turn.
I mean, okay, so you could
And that's
go
why
two
he'll do
bank.
it.
This guy as well.
Right, green could two bank, I guess.
That's probably what I would do. Just
But
Yeah.
if you one bank to the left with green, like the sloop or whatever the K turn out of Anakin gets you the same result, right? Green gets shot by Anakin.
Yep.
So that's why I think here you switch the green to going after the gold, and maybe you do go fast. Makes it harder for Anakin to shoot at the green.
Sure.
I think Patrick's thinking about it. Losing Mace
So I think if you do like a hard 2 or 3 with pink
Remember what we
Mhm.
talked
and point
about earlier with
to the,
these
to the board right, and then you do
positions that your opponent
maybe like a 2 bank with the green,
Remember I said I didn't like
and
that
then a
boost?
hard turn again with the
Mace had
yellow.
stayed here, right? Instead of
But it's all
moving
guessing,
all
right?
the
You're
way
guessing. Is
Yeah,
he gonna
yeah.
sloop or is he gonna 3 bank?
and then still had shots, and then if he's sitting in this position,
So if you want to play it safe, you could K
doesn't know
turn
if he's gonna
pink.
come forward or boogie
Yep.
out this way.
All right, let's go ahead and see what the Delta's doing. I think that
Chat did
is
remind us Anakin is down to he only has one force remaining, so
He does only have 1 force remaining.
That was really
yeah.
Truba.
Truba.
So like a red maneuver here with Anakin would be
And that's why
pretty risky, I
they're not
think.
voice actors.
It'd be risky, but at the same time, he's down,
Gold Squadron.
so he has to start taking
Y-
chances.
You're right, he does.
One forward there from green.
Yep.
1 forward.
Covering that one hard that Anakin
Yep.
could do.
Covering a lot of things. Anakin has a boogie out the other way too.
So he'll have a shot at the torrent.
Here,
Hmm.
one bank.
That covers the
So-
3 bank towards the top.
He's
of the
covering the
board.
bank,
Heavy chase against
pursuing
Mace.
Jess.
Yep, I like that.
Yep. And then do we see like a 2 hard from pink to cover?
Please tell me he did that too hard with pink. Oh, just a one bank. That's probably fine still though.
1 bank.
Andy
Okay.
did call upon the powers of number pink, by the way.
He did.
I heard it there.
Pink.
Now we watch Jess
And
run
then-
away.
Yeah, Jess will probably 3 hard away.
He covered the one hard in with this.
Don't make fun of me.
He must be thinking
The
about
two
S foils.
T-70s that are covering the retreat, right?
Mhm.
Who are covering Jess? They have cover.
Yeah, probably. That being able to
Cover
3
close
turn and then
proximity
barrel
with
roll
Jess,
ship
giving you
left
access to
with
the
Jess would
barrel roll
probably
focus
And take a focus. Yep.
and
Yeah,
also
help
access to
in
the
your-
barrel roll action.
disengagement and getting away from Anakin.
So Andy played his trap card, and now he's doing a 3 hard.
She'll probably focus roll. Let's see about that boost.
Well, he's gonna barrel roll. That's why you close the wings.
Yeah, I think he's gonna roll in and focus.
So yep, we see a focus barrel roll.
That
Okay.
gives him most
'Cause he
of
wants the
Anakin
mod,
get
not
a
just the
larger
boost.
turn,
Right.
Yeah.
gives him cover
Yeah.
behind the rock.
So Anakin does do the sloop.
Two
Two
sloop.
Mm.
Strong
I
blow.
So he's leaving Jess alone
Is he out of pink?
for now.
Yeah, that's why I would have done it too
He's
hard.
out of all arcs right now, isn't
That's a
he?
good move.
That's why
Yes.
you do that
Good
too
move by
hard.
Patrick there.
Yeah, really good.
So spend the
Really
force,
good.
take the
He
lock.
didn't sloop earlier. He did it now, though.
I know.
Get some range one.
Andy did say at one point the
Only one force available. He's gonna be reaching
Jedi's caught him off guard. I'm assuming this is that moment.
Yeah. No bullseye.
So he's
as well.
keeping the stress, huh?
Oh, the range one though.
Or he's
Jerome.
It
checking.
is range
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
He's gonna get an action.
Yep. I wish he'd done the too hard.
What?
Well, I guess
No,
was
is
it
he
It
not?
was not range one.
Oh man. That's
No, it looks like
He has
just,
bullseye to pink though.
Stress with Anakin's
but
ability.
maybe he
Okay.
Got one.
That was
Can
No
stay
action then, I
close.
guess.
Maybe it's just bullseye with Anakin. It could be wrong.
decided Anakin's not taking any shots, so if you don't have the action there, it's not the end of the world.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
but you know what I mean? Like, look,
Yeah,
guy
no,
has no
obviously,
knowledge.
like, the damage output there then is a lot less because you don't have that action.
Maybe.
You could have
Right.
target locked.
No, he does for sure.
Sure.
Okay, he might have just forgotten about Anakin's ability. That's a
Yeah.
mistrigger. That's
okay, so he's charging up force. It's just tough when you could get a free shot
yeah,
like
I
that.
think he,
Go one crit.
oh, he only
So
has one force, so he
one-
wants to spend the force to do it. I
It
think
is
that's
a
why.
four.
So one at the torrent, one evade.
That's why.
Torrent shot back. Oh,
Torrent, angry.
the torrent has come to
Uh-oh,
play.
heroic.
Heroic.
One.
Oh.
So that's a
So it
crit.
saves him a shield.
That's a half damage.
Blinded pilot. This is going
Blinded
into
pilot. That
green.
matters.
So yeah.
And half points now.
Yep.
And that is half
So
point.
just out of curiosity, had
Pilot.
he gotten... No, he wouldn't have probably killed it. Even, let's say he rolled 2 more hits. He probably doesn't kill that. I mean, one of the crits gets through, but he probably doesn't kill green.
Yeah.
But I know they focused here, which is fine, right?
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. I would have locked because you have the hull advantage. I would have locked on Anakin there because I would probably have locked just because.
That was a cool stealth edit by Kevin where you watch the dial just appear real quick.
Sorry.
Yeah, they got a little crazy with their telestrator.
Farmer likes it. Farmer
really
really,
does.
likes it.
So
Just double checking. I don't-
Anakin,
Yeah, well, you know what? Pay
this
attention,
turn,
yeah?
has to make some decisions. And this is part of why, like, I really like the clearing of the stress, because then he has an open dial this turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the torrent just one banks, right? There's not really a whole lot I can do.
Pretty quickly here. I think
Yeah.
You probably see some K turns or a K turn from like yellow.
Anakin's got probably just has to let Jess go at this point in time. He does still only have one.
Do you
force available
talon
so
roll
he's
to
got
the
four,
left with
two,
green
sorry.
just
I
to
think so.
put it in a peculiar spot
In a
where
safe
Anakin
spot.
probably can't get to it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Pain for blocking purposes.
And then
How did
pink.
blinded pilots not flipped over?
Did you just 4K with pink and yellow and hope you get shots on that torrent? Just get rid of it and be
No,
done.
I think, well,
It's a freaking action to flip blind.
maybe.
Well, they'll
But I
see if
think
they
you
can
gotta
actually
try to
run
like
the-
block
this is a
Anakin.
really
I
intense
think
time
yellow
to
could
probably,
even like talon roll right.
Yellow could talon roll right.
gets caught here.
Pink
Yeah.
needs to try to block the one bank, I
Actually,
think.
I'm gonna go bring it
I
up
would
just
bring
in
it up
case
just
it.
to be sure. Yeah,
yeah.
because that could be big later.
The one.
Because I'm not
bank
really
from
sure what Anakin does here.
Well, and Andy
Yeah.
said this is his cheating on stream moment because he flipped that crit down when he shouldn't have.
Which crit?
The
Blinded?
blinded,
blinded.
pilot,
You just keep
He
running.
put
Oh.
it face down.
That means Anakin's got to chase.
but he said it gets corrected. in a
Yeah,
moment,
and he
so-
apologizes.
Yeah, he flipped it back just now.
So 15 minutes left.
Wasn't changing a dial or anything, so
We, on average, are getting about.
not that that would happen.
Both players are playing. not
Especially on
slow,
the Gold
they are
Squadron stream.
playing
Never.
Not at Worlds.
a little bit cagier.
It's just these are all things that wouldn't happen. Is all I'm saying.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Right. Anakin can
So just 2 bank, boost away.
Jess could probably be dead.
I think Anakin has to kind of just
You know, in 5 rounds.
abandon chasing Jess down right now.
I think he did that last turn.
For Anakin.
Well, I mean, like, totally, right? You have to try to figure out.
No. It has to be
Something.
2 turns of abandoning Jess in order
Right.
for it to actually be abandoning Jess.
Right, otherwise it's not abandoning. See keyword abandoning.
Does Patrick have a
Abandoning is flavor text only and doesn't have any actual game effect.
Still not enough,
Right.
though, when he, points destroyed, right?
So if you're Andy, what do you think
Able to push himself.
Anakin's doing here?
If he only kills green and only kills Jess and doesn't get anything else,
I mean,
these other
probably
guys,
a
let's say
1 bank
he gets half of pink.
left. Possibly
Really left?
going.
No.
I was gonna say
possibly going after-
right because he would assume that the green has moved out of that position.
25?
Yeah, 25. 'Cause you round up on half points now.
So
So you know you're safe. You got some room then.
74. He'd be ahead if he killed half of pink and killed everything else and loses the torrent.
Turret going one.
So 1 bank.
Gonna be in a
take a
pursuing
focus.
position for both pink and yellow on the T70s.
Yes.
Should make it there. Probably just slaps on a focus.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? Why are you evading?
You gonna barrel
'Cause he wants to
okay.
barrel roll.
Getting in the way of green, I think Anakin's
'Cause
gonna
it's
try to block
cool.
over here.
Sure. I may have considered a 4K with green, if I'm being totally honest.
I guess?
I think
But-
that's a great move.
So is he looking?
Well, that tells
to,
Andy that Anakin's for sure not going left.
And there's your 4K.
right.
And cut him off.
Oh man, Anakin doing a 1 bank would look really good.
Bad news bears because he could barrel roll.
Yep.
Yep, 2 bank with Jess. That's the easiest call because it clears that.
I mean,
space.
Anakin could also just turn, right? Because he's got R4.
Yes, that's right. He could just do like a 1 hard or a 2 hard and clear the stress.
Yeah.
Game state right now.
So
There's a bunch
actually,
of
probably
I guess,
thinking
20,
Anakin does a 1
points
turn
hanging out there.
right.
If Anakin can
Yes.
hit one of these
Ooh, a
T70s,
talon roll.
especially if you're expecting the 4K or
Ooh.
Talon rolls.
I like the Talon roll from red.
Yay.
Or
I
from
do
the
too.
green
Green.
one. Like we talked about, keeps him pretty safe. Like there's no way Anakin can hit him
Mhm.
this turn.
I mean that Gold Squadron trooper might have arc. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to
But
tell.
he
from his
doesn't have an
angle.
offensive mod, so
Right.
And he rolls, well, 3 dice at range 1.
Yep. So I think he's deciding if he wants to go forward or middle.
So that's a stress green. Torrent's gonna have a really
Okay,
good
so
shot.
all the way back.
Range 1.
Oh, I forgot Anakin has R4 astromech, so he can hard 1 and just clear the stress.
Mhm.
And not use his ability.
Yeah.
Anakin does anything slow. He's taken multiple
thing is-
range 1 shots.
Or Anakin has no shot. That's the difference. If Anakin arc
True.
dodges everything, he'll have no shot unless it's another, unless it's a 5K within. Oh,
So
he
it
can
takes the
carry
lock.
stress.
Yep.
Easy. See? So he's going forward, right? But there's no
Yep.
way.
So
that
3 forward? Is that a 3 forward?
I don't know. I don't
Yep.
like that template because I can't tell.
It's a 3 forward.
Okay.
and Anakin not getting a shot.
So 3 forward, no shot. But he has to boost.
It's a really tough puzzle for Patrick.
Because isn't that the yellow and black checker? Isn't that the Biggs template? And wasn't Biggs
And also, here's the other
red
thing.
3?
Red
Say
3. I think so.
Anakin isn't very careful, right? And Anakin's like, okay, I'm gonna turn around.
So I think Anakin has to boost here, right? Because he's looking at a shot from maybe green, a shot from maybe pink.
You like sausage, Dean?
And definitely
And a shot from yellow?
Whatever Dean wants.
Cheese? Get some cheese.
But it looks like he doesn't. Because, or was he checking for? No, that was Andy measuring.
You want that deep dish, right?
I'm confused. Wait, I think he just took a lock on pink.
Could be. So he switched from Jess to the pink.
should've
I guess.
when I was talking about you not wanting sausage. My bad.
All right, here we go.
And we're starting to get into that spot now where we have what this round of shooting, maybe 2 more.
Force?
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's an easy choice.
Suspend a force to dodge that. But Anakin doesn't shoot. Interesting.
Yep, no other shots for those T-70s. 10 minutes left.
And didn't boost. I'm wondering why he just
Get those
sat
5
there.
rounds in either. I was talking about they're going
No.
about 5 minutes around right now.
Yeah, it's got maybe 2 to 3 more.
Ooh.
3 hits coming in.
Heroic.
Got him.
So that must have been the
Heroic.
gold.
Heroic.
Yep.
Takes
Heroic
2.
saves him 1 more shield.
So
It's
he's
on
got
green.
1
He's living
left.
on 1.
But
That
now
heroic
green is down
Saved
to
him, man.
1
heroic
health.
is saving
1
him
health.
2 damage.
So heroic
Yes,
saved him.
And there's a question
Yep.
about
Worth it.
whether or not heroic works with
Totally
mod.
worth that one.
Point for point. Best
Uh,
value in
Oh,
the
yeah.
game.
Oh,
Actually, would he have been able to do that?
mod. Is that any mod or is that just attack dice?
So, yeah, it looks like Jess is out of this game.
Uh,
And that is exactly where Andy wants her.
Yep.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. I think it's just attacking, right?
I don't know.
It's just
It's
attacking.
only attacking.
It's just attacking.
It's
Yeah,
attacking.
it's just
It's
attacking.
attacking.
We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
So the gold
He can't
try to
heroic
block
attack
green?
On offense, but defensively he's fine. He's
And
closing
flip
his eyes.
Anakin and try to-
Heroic, one
Yeah.
Arbor V.
Yep.
Because he has 2 turns max, right?
Yeah.
So like you have to sloop with Anakin probably here, and 1 bank left with the torrent, and hope that maybe
Oddball narwhal. I love
there's
this
a lot of
concept.
I don't know. There's not a lot of options left for Patrick.
Haven't you heard of Daredevil?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Great reference.
So again, both of the Patrick is got to do something to get himself some points here.
Trying to figure out what pink does here.
Well, the question is,
Torrent,
what does Patrick have to do
Andy as well.
This thing is
to
causing
get
enough ruckus.
the points
if
he
he-
needs?
If he kills green, he gets 25.
24 more.
So,
Oopsie, you win.
Wouldn't it be 25 because it's rounded up? Oh wait, it's the
He
last
already got
half
the
is
first
down.
half, yeah, so he'll get
So he
24
gets
more.
24, which puts him at 75. He still needs to get half of another ship.
Yep, and I mean, Pink's down 1 shield, so I mean, that's your
That
easier, but yeah, I mean, it's really...
all out
and
offense,
enough of
baby.
this,
And
enough of
and
this.
that's where you sloop.
Yeah, I think Anakin has to sloop here
Yeah.
because he has 2 more shots maximum from him.
Yeah.
Choice.
Might have arc dodged the.
And Dion did show up in our Twitch chat just reminding everyone to hit that subscribe button, so I will parrot it out loud for those of you not watching chat.
So one bank bump. That's okay.
Takes
So
away
a good
shot,
block.
but also
If he
not
wanted to try to get the kill on green, he could get it right now.
Yes,
By the
that's
by the
fine.
torrent, which is really what he was looking for.
Anakin would have to waste a shot on green to take it out. I just heard him say, I wasn't sure about the 4K, so I just did a one bank.
All right, you know,
Oh,
this is
so
good for the
pink does a
torrent, though.
bank.
Only taking one shot from yellow, but also not getting any.
I mean,
Interesting.
that's an efficient block.
Need to make sure that assuming he does the sloop, gets green off the stable. 6 minutes left in the round. Does he actually have enough time to climb back up?
We're at about 5 minutes.
Boy,
of
a
round
sloop
right now. I don't think
from
he
Anakin
is.
would look really
I don't
good
think
right
he does.
now.
The pace of play has just not been there for him.
Okay.
So,
Clear
yeah,
the
he'll
stress
lose
off the
stress with bullseye.
bullseye.
Let's just focus.
He has a lock on pink already, and he needs half points, so you could just try to get half on pink now, and then maybe kill green next turn.
That focus. He's okay.
If you see any friends out there watching on YouTube, looks like YouTube's having some server issues. So tell them to come watch on Twitch. One of each.
Spend the lock, yeah.
Yep,
Spending
that
the lock.
Two
Got
onto
two.
yellow, I think.
Not spending the lock? Okay, there we go.
He spent it. So 2
Taking a shield.
and yellow,
So I
one more
guess
shield.
if you have an extra force there, like, why be so conservative? You already have a focus, you know?
Yep, yellow going into that torrent.
I don't know. Because now pink has one shield left.
Oh, one away from
Whiff.
heroic, just one.
Got it.
Ooh.
That's what the torrent wanted.
Yep.
And that one hit, it's like, ooh, I got at least that one. Yeah, but heroic would have been nice on 4 dice.
Nope, they're in the
It
pink
would've.
phase.
Yes.
5 minutes left in the round, just called by the judge, wearing the.
So one more shot from Anakin. Unless he kills the green and 2 more damage on pink, he can't win.
Patrick forgetting that he had a focus next to Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Spend the force instead.
Yeah.
So
And the torrent has to live.
Oh,
He didn't spend anything on the
you're
focus.
right.
He just
or
left
you
it.
mean not take 1 damage?
I was maybe thinking he thought
Correct.
Yellow had a shot on him, but
That's right, we're not even at half on that thing.
there.
Lock on both.
Oh boy.
The lock should be off of.
Well, but the
So-
torrent's not in a good spot to turn around.
No, he's
So-
not.
You're this far behind. Yeah, I think he was trying to chip
Like,
away
so
from
chances of
Another half point, yeah.
Andy's
Torrent can finish
cluster of
instead.
T70s taking
Honestly,
2
you wanna try
shots
and get
this
as much
turn
as you
are
can, but if you can use
almost
really good shots,
0, right? Like
Yep,
Anakin's
it is.
probably gonna have the only shot on the T70s.
Because I mean, you could fit a 3K with the torrent maybe, and try to maybe hit pink and or green, because green could just 4 forward.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Man, this is a really tough win condition because green
But I
will
think-
probably have heroic and a focus, and you need
And I
2
think
damage.
green, you could just do a 3 hard turn towards Anakin.
Yeah.
Like-
That's really the big issue here.
And get in
You
his
just th-
face.
Yeah, you just throw green in his face, so that way it makes it really tough for Anakin to shoot green. And then if the torrent is doing a turn, like if the torrent does do the 3K, you're at range 3, so green gets 3 green dice
And heroic and a
have
focus.
and the focus, right? So and the torrent's only shooting with 2 red dice.
And no mods.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think the torrent could even 2 talon roll if he wanted to, right? I don't
No.
think he
like,
could fit
I mean,
that.
well,
I mean, to the left, ship left.
yeah, I mean
I
maybe
don't-
he could
do
fit it
ship
to the
right.
right, but I just think that's bad.
Yeah.
Because he would have had another shield.
Yep.
He would have been 1 away from half.
Yep.
You get green the next turn. That gives him the lead. Assuming that.
And then I think
doesn't
you-
do any damage.
You could talon roll pink to the right, and then just like 1 bank yellow towards Anakin.
2 turn.
Yeah, you could
Just gonna
offer up the
bump.
ship that has the most health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 2 hard bump, huh?
I think they might be trying to maybe speed the round up a little bit.
Boy, that OCD in me, that ship marker's really killing me.
About it, but it's tough.
on that torrent that's just loose.
The ships all have to move. We have to go through the engagement phase.
I'm just surprised like that too hard, huh? I would have at least
Well,
just
but maybe he's
barricaded.
thinking that green is going to go fast, so he's trying to catch.
Maybe.
Got the Cantina band in there. America. Oh, is that what she's listening? What is this station I picked up? This planet is weird.
Route 66.
So is it pink that's moving right now?
Yep.
Yep.
Pink is doing
Okay.
a Talon roll.
Allen roll.
Talon roll.
I think he's just doing a 3 hard because
Oh,
he
no,
closed
just
the
3
foils.
hard, yeah.
Just the three. That's a good move too.
There you go. All right.
Just
Yep, so he's going to barrel roll.
Closed wings, it looks like. Might be barrel rolling in towards Anakin.
So he's gonna
focusing.
focus and roll.
Just trying to put that ship in a
Distance.
tough spot for Anakin to get to.
Yep, and move away to
Yeah.
save
Just-
yourself some hull.
Yep.
absolutely.
I mean, because
The beards are where people hold their power.
That's right.
Pink is only, what, 2 damage away from
I have my
half.
awesome goatee.
You do.
Inspired by Antonio
Okay, that
Banderas,
makes
So-
by the
sense.
way.
Go for an unexpected
Not- not-
maneuver.
don't know that. That's 100% the truth.
What is this? This is 4K? No, yeah.
There's your K turn.
Okay, trying to find some Anakin.
Strong move.
From yellow.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
green is going to
And just, no, maybe.
nice move.
3 turn
So
for
just-
green.
This is my clinching for Andy here,
Yeah.
barring some extraordinary variance.
Because the move,
Lots of
before
fast
green move, you're
speed
thinking,
moves.
one
Yep,
Yep.
and that should
really nice.
keep. I don't think Andy gets a shot on green at that position,
Cause that
Right.
No.
block.
and that's what Andy wants. So,
Shots,
Yep.
though. We might get another round. But 30 seconds left. Really tight. Oh, Jess. Oh,
Yeah, just focus. Yep. Makes sense.
Yep.
So what
Hmm.
is Anakin doing here?
This
Oh,
is
yes, you
still
just-
around 20
Jess is just
seconds.
rolling around.
Like lightning through this
And
dice
Jess-
Yep.
rolls, but
Just surviving.
It's not gonna happen.
He's
Yep.
actually gonna have a shot.
There's the bump.
It's almost
Anakin with the
one
bump.
It's blocked. The only thing he could have had is maybe a hard turn, but even then,
Time.
he can't get enough damage out in 8 seconds.
Right.
and that's time in the round, so they'll get their shots off, but that'll be it.
Cause
Yep.
Yep.
Because even if Anakin
last few shots here.
somehow, like, you're
It's
only going to
half.
get to 3 damage on yellow, right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, maybe you're range 1, but
But even if
With-
he got half, it's still not enough.
right.
Yep.
Look how clean Andy was. Moving quick. Like,
Yep.
had those dials down fast.
So he has to shoot yellow.
Really good flying.
He's got a range 1 into yellow, but
Yeah, won't be enough.
I mean, he could shoot at pink, but then you're just, like, if it's in arc there, but then it's just
he's going for the uppercut.
3
looking for the miracle.
with no mods, or, well, just your force.
Oof. So there's
Spends for 3. That's
3.
not gonna be enough.
not enough.
One.
Yeah, he's
Nope.
only got 2 force. Yeah.
In my head, I was thinking focus. I was like, there's 4, but no, 3.
Yeah.
Jesse's girls.
So
is
2
that what
shields.
Is that what it
Jesse's
is?
girls.
Yep. That's game. Because now the shot against the torrent, like he can take it, but it's irrelevant.
Oh, he's gonna fire at that torrent.
Yeah, but it's a game about rolling dice, so
Sure. But my MOV on the top cut.
I want to roll my dice.
And the handshake.
That's a good game, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good game. Yeah.
So it was a nice chance to see some of what the Jedi are able to do, but also to see that T70 list that I think we are going to see a little bit more now.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
With those going down in price, and yeah, so I mean, the Resistance is going to have a little bit different variety than it had before.
It will. I think the biggest thing, like I said, I want to point out, we talked about it on the approach, but it's the spacing and timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Andy, I think, caught Patrick off guard in the first 2 turns, but in the end, he kind of funneled Mace through a very small window, and
a
Anakin.
small window.
Oof. And a window even is a good joke.
And
Funneled.
Anakin kind of was in position, but the problem really came down to all 3 ships that Andy wanted to shoot were all in front of him with all of his ships. And it's really important that when you take the approaches, you work on your timings and you learn how to adjust when you do get caught off guard like that, so that the right ships get in the right place at the right time, and you don't have all your ships clustered against a jousting list.
Yeah, that's true too. Because again, we had a jousting list against, aces and friends, and he jousted.
More or less.
What
yes.
did they say?
Three
When
of the
two
ships
people joust,
jousted.
one person's wrong?
Yes, that is correct.
At least one person's wrong?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Twitch chat is asking what would be the better way to approach that block of T70s. I mean, if he would have split Mace and Anakin up and had one of them go on the flank, right?
Yeah, so I think it started turn 1. Anakin went 2 forward boosted, and Mace went 2 forward boosted. Anakin should have went 5 forward boosted.
Mm-hmm.
And the next turn, like, Mace's position was okay. And when he did the 5K and then boosted with the droid, he would have just been better off if he just one-hearted and sat behind the rock at range 3, took a shot, because then he had his entire dial open.
Yep.
And he's not stuck in between 2 rocks, stressed.
And he would have had a better escape route as well.
Right. He would have had a better escape route. He could have potentially 5K'd and then done shenanigans the following turn. And the other thing, too, is it's just Mace got in Anakin's way a couple times. And someone, preferably Anakin, needs to be flanking.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really the biggest problem because one of the Torrents just got murdered right away. And I understand the evades. That's the other thing that I would have maybe suggested to do differently is just take the focuses. Like, evade isn't bad, but again, you see what a 2-dice ship does when it doesn't have an offensive token.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
does
what
almost
you
nothing.
had said earlier, Kevin, is absolutely right. Taking those evades just made Andy think that, well, okay, if you don't shoot at those golds and you're going to shoot at Mace, the golds aren't going to punch back.
Right.
No.
And it's basically a wasted action at that point.
It's a gas cloud.
Yes, the evade token is a gas cloud.
It makes your ship into no consequences.
So those are the big things, at least that this game touched on for me, that I wanted to make sure that we really talked about, because I think those were the reasons that the game was won or lost.
Yeah, and from a basic standpoint, which is where I live my life, Andy did a really good job of showing target priority too.
Yes.
So that was something I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
That is all I've got.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much will wrap it up for the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gold Squadron. Their the Amazon or Twitch Prime. It's a free subscription. It helps Dion out. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/EchoBaseXwing. If you like what we do, that helps us out a little bit. Couple days we'll have the video up on our YouTube channel. I don't know if Dion will have it on his as well, but in case anybody's just tuning in now and wants to catch the beginning of it, you can look there. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
We'll be back again in a week.
See you guys.
So yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.